Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Thank you guys for all of your support. Really appreciate you, because you are the reason that this channel is blowing up, and you're the reason that so many other guys out there are being helped right now. My philosophy is one more. You'll see that on my banner on my channel description, and I mean it. One more person reached, one more person motivated, one more person that has hope. And that is the point of these videos. I want you guys to be the best versions of yourself. I want you guys to be all that you can be. You guys are watching this for a reason. You have a fire within you for a reason, and you want to be a man. And that looks like many different things. In fact, it almost looks opposite of what the world is telling you. But I'm just a guy. I'm here to help you guys out. I've accomplished a lot. I failed a lot, and I've learned a lot. And hopefully you guys can take something away from this video today. So if you got anything you want to share, let me know in the comments. I'll love hearing to you guys. Try to respond as soon as I can. But guys, today's video, we're going to get a little bit deep, right? We're going to talk about the best days and the worst days. All right, this is a pretty broad topic, but we're going to dive in. So when you guys have really bad days, think about the worst days. Like, everything just seems to go wrong. Nobody seems to like you. You can't seem to do anything right. Everything just seems screwed up. One of the biggest things that you guys tend to do, and I'm speaking for myself here, is self-sabotage. As men, we get into our head, right? We let our pride and ego get hurt, and we act on that, right? So we turn to things that make us feel better, or really things that just make us feel numb in that moment. But then in the end, they make us feel worse, like we're in a deeper pit. So we turn to drugs, porn, alcohol, things we shouldn't be turning to, distractions, right? We try to distract ourselves from the pain. But I challenge you guys, if this is you, or if this is ever you, which I'm sure it's going to be eventually, right? I had a friend tell me one time that you're allowed to have 3 bad days per month, right? Like 3 really bad days, 3 days where it just seems like everything is going wrong. That's not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes you might have more, sometimes you might have less, but if you really think about it, guys, maybe 10% of your time is going to be spent on really bad days. And there's going to be certain times in your life where that could be more. But what do you do about it? What are you doing? I want you guys to stop and think. If this is you, if you're stuck here, if you're wondering what this is, it looks like I was talking about how you get zoned out. You just want to escape. And a lot of men, that's what we do. We turn to escapism. We turn to the bad habits. We turn to the video games, right? We're not accomplishing what we want in life. Well, we turn to the video games where we can earn trophies and we can earn achievements and we can level up. We're not doing good with women, or we don't think we are. We're not where we want to be, right? We're not able to talk to women. We're not getting the attention we want. So what do? We turn to porn, right? We're not getting the excitement out of life that we want. Maybe we turn to alcohol or drugs. You feel bad, something happens, right? You turn to these things that soothe you. It's like a Band-Aid for a gaping wound, guys. Sometimes you just have to nurse the wound as it is. You have to look at it for what it is and go, it's a bad day. It's a cruddy day, right? You're just not all there. That's okay. You don't always have to be 100% there. You don't always have to be 100%, firing in all cylinders. In fact, it's pretty dangerous, right? You're gonna burn out. But what can you do, right, when these things happen? Look at them for what they are. Reflect on what is going on in front of you. Reflect on it, guys. I'm telling you, because look, I know you guys have watched some of my videos before. If you haven't, then just know that I do believe that everything happens according to God's purpose, right? And you face these lows, you face these dark moments in life, these valleys of the shadow of death, so that you know what the sunlight and the top of the mountain is, right? You wouldn't have an appreciation for the sunlight and the greenery and being on top of a mountain if you didn't know what it was like to be low and dark, right? You wouldn't know, you wouldn't really understand. Right now, let's take someone who's lived a normal life, never really had any sort of crazy ups or downs. You put them on top of a mountaintop, they might think, wow, this is cool. This is really neat. But you take someone who's suffered. You take someone who's been through a lot. You take someone who has gone through it. and you put them on that mountaintop, they're going to be extremely grateful. They're going to be just bewildered, right? They're going to be in such awe. And that is what you should think of when your life seems to go to just complete crap. Understand that God is testing you. He's refining you for his purpose. He's taking you through the valleys of the shadow of death so that you can walk beside and that you can understand and appreciate the still waters and the paths of peace, right? A lot of guys, we tend to be really hard on ourselves. I think this comes from a world of performance, right? And I do talk about trying to be the best version of yourself because it's important. As men, we have to perform, but you're more than just your performance. You're more than just what you can do. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but the reason I say that is because there's going to be times where you're sick. There's going to be times where you cannot perform or you can't perform at full capacity. What do? You don't just give up. You don't just throw in the towel. You don't just say, whatever, it's over. You don't just relapse. You don't just forget it, right? You take it for what it is. You take a breath. You take a step back. You reflect. You look at the situation for what it is. You come to acceptance with it. You take responsibility for it. You realize that this too will pass, right? That this moment, it's here and it's going to be gone, right? Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, maybe the next day, right? And you just do what you can. You do what you can. I want you guys to think about that. Whenever you have a moment in life where it's dark, whenever you have a moment that you don't have hope or that things seem to just be falling apart, do what you can, right? This is the little stuff, right? You guys, me especially, I have this like idea in my head. I want to do all these things. You got to take it day by day. You can't build Rome in a day, right? You can't build the Great Wall in a day. You have to do it one brick, one building at a time. You have to take it slow. You have to see it for what it is, right? It's good to have a vision, but you have to be strategic about it. And there's going to be road bumps. So how do you prepare for that? You prepare for it by literally preparing, by doing the things day in and day out, right? When you're at your normal level, right? When you have a normal day, right? That's why I preach. That's why I recommend you guys get in the gym. You do your 30 minutes of cardio and your 30 minutes of weightlifting, just about every single day. Like I'm talking 6 days a week, guys. Do that every single day and watch how your life changes. Literally do that Monday through Saturday for a month and see how your life changes. Because that's going to prepare you. That's going to prime something in you. That's going to increase your testosterone. It's going to give you clearer thinking, more confidence, so that you are able to see the opportunity in the day. You see, what we do as men is we tend to focus on the bad moments, right? The 10% of the bad days, right? You get 3 days a month. We tend to focus on that. We don't tend to focus on the 27 other really good days that we could be doing something with. A lot of times we just try to get by, right? Get by so that we can get home, that we can indulge, that we can just fill our life with pleasure and happiness and comfort, right? It's a very feminine way of thinking if you think about it, right? We need to be fighting towards something. We need to be building towards something because ironically, the more pain, right? I'm not saying be a masochist, but the more you prepare yourself, the more you put yourself through hard things and challenge yourself and face fears, even on the bad days, right? Even on the bad days, you can still find opportunities to put yourself out there, to face a small fear, right? To interact with that person that you feel anxiety about interacting with, right? To go out and do things. Sometimes, guys, I know this is going to sound crazy. I like to be an outgoing person. I like to talk to people. If I were to meet you on the street, I'd love to just talk to you, right? For 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe more. That's how I am. But there are days where I do not even feel like leaving the house. I don't feel like going out. I just feel like staying in. And I have to like push and pull and just pull myself by the teeth to get out there. But then even if it's a rough day and even if I don't feel like talking to people, and even if it's difficult, I try to at least put myself out there just a tiny bit, just a little bit. If I see the opportunity just to have that conversation, just to give that extra smile, just to help somebody out. And I'm telling you guys this because when you stop focusing so much on how you feel as a man, you'll see the world blossom around you. So many men are so self-absorbed these days. And I'm speaking of myself here because there was a time in my life where I lived and I was very outgoing and I had a big circle, and then I became very self-absorbed and I was going through a lot of stuff. Glory be to God, he brought me out on the other side. There's a time in my life where I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. I became very self-absorbed, very isolated again, and I cut myself off, right? Thankfully, I still have some very good friends and I still have, some good memories from those times. But guys, if you cut yourself off from everybody, you're never going to be able to do anything for anybody. Now, stay with me here, right? Oftentimes we think we can just lone wolf it in life and we can just go about life in this very carefree sort of, I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna do what I can to just have fun and like, cool, yeah, but as a man, you're really never gonna find much purpose, guys. You will find purpose when other people look up to you. Doesn't mean you have to be king over all the land. That just means in your circle that God has you in, your church, your community, your job, your hobbies, right? Whatever that might be. Are you the guy that people look up to for something, right? Are you the fitness guy? Are you the computer guy? Are you the guy that they come to about emotions? Men have emotions too, right? That's another thing. Men need to talk to men about their emotions. Men they trust, men they can confide in and look up to. Are you the guy who knows how to barbecue, right? Are you the guy who knows how to shoot? Are you the guy who knows how to fish, right? Like, who are you as a man, right? What are you doing with your talents that God has given you? What are you doing with them? Are you focusing on the bad days and the bad things, and you're letting these 10% days, right? The 10% out of your month, are you letting that derail you for the rest of the 90% of the month? Or do you see it for what it is and you go, okay, got it, I see it for what it is. This is a temporary defeat. Regroup, think, analyze for what it is. Don't overthink, but analyze it. Look at it for what it is, perceive it for what it is, and then you figure it out, right? It's like a play-by-play. You look at what happened and you go, okay, this is where I failed, this is where I did good. Cool, check, Roger. Continue with mission, right? You figure it out and you keep going, because guys, here's what's going to happen. You got really two options here. One, you can let the bad days derail you, and you're gonna find yourself in this cycle that 95+% of men are in right now. Or you can be the guy that goes, no, I'm not going to drink my problems away. I'm not going to smoke my problems away. I'm not going to look at porn. I'm not going to do this, right? I'm not, because I'm not going to substitute a temporary defeat with something that's going to keep me in its grip, with something that's going to distract me from my purpose. Okay, yeah, sure, that social interaction didn't go well, or that date or that girl that I wanted to talk to didn't go well. Cool. I'm not going to let that destroy my life. I'm not going to let that rule my life, turn to porn, and then find myself in this cycle that keeps on going, right? Of the shame and guilt, and then it makes me more anxious to talk to women. Guys, I want you to realize the patterns. Pattern recognition is huge. See it for what it is, realize it for what it is, and you can get yourself out of it, right? If you can do this, if you can actually just pause, take a breath, and look at it for what it is, and not be impulsive and not act on those negative emotions, you will be, guys, light years ahead, right? Light years ahead of everybody else. You will find doors in your life opening. You will find the hand of God in your life, because God blesses those who do the right thing. God blesses those who live in righteousness. God blesses those who seek his will, right? You'll see these doors start to open. You'll see these things start to come to fruition, these things you've wanted to happen. And all of a sudden it'll blossom, like you're taking care of a garden. It'll just blossom, right? If you choose to do that, your good days, guys, will not just be normal days anymore. They won't just be like, okay, these are not the bad days. Those good days will get even better. Those good days will become more fruitful and more beneficial for you and others around you. And you'll find yourself where you want to be, right? You'll find yourself where you need to be. That fire that's in you, remember That's what we talk about in a lot of these videos, is that fire that's in you, that desire. You want to go learn how to fight. You want to go learn how to work out at the gym, how to play an instrument, how to rock climb, how to play a sport, how to be a better man, how to be a stronger man, right? All these things, you start to feed that fire with good things, not these fake things like fake distractions and all this. You'll see the true essence of life start to come to life. It's not manifestation, right? It's not speaking it and it happens, right? Although the power of life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you tell yourself and what you perceive is really how things are going to come to be, because you either see opportunity, you see a chance to learn and grow, or you see, woe is me, I'm a victim, I'm just not cut out for this, I can't do it, there's no hope, right? You choose. So guys, make that choice today to see the good for what it is. Do not let the bad days ruin your life. Do not let the small bad percentage overrule everything else. And then your whole reality will start to change. I promise you guys. So if you need anything, let me know in the comments below. Love hearing from you guys. And Lord willing, I'll see y'all in the next one.